Hello everybody and welcome to Skiathos, beautiful island in Greece, as you can see, and we've got a Freeware scenery which was on flightsim.to, which is absolutely fantastic. The purpose of this video is nice and short, but it's to talk about takeoff performance. So there we are on stand 1 directly ahead. A couple of other easyJet flights waiting.
747 descent 3,000 feet.
Waiting to go. But as you can see from a video the other day, the runway at Skiathos is very short.
Jet 8 Alpha Juliet, request taxi. Jet 8 Alpha Juliet, taxi, enter backtrack runway 16, support ready. Taxi, enter backtrack runway 16, Jet.
So I'll just turn the desktop audio down a little bit and I will show you guys some of the charts to hopefully explain what we are doing. There we are. So this here is the ground chart for Skiathos. This is the aircraft parking docking chart. We're stand 1, which is, now I know how to draw on this, we're here. So we're departing runway 01 today. And we've just got our clearance from Greek or Athens radar, so we're heading off that way. And as you can see, the runway is really short. It's 1,748 meters long, and then we're running out of tarmac. And obviously, we want to be up in the air around here at least. So we need to consider performance of the aircraft. Try and turn this down. We need to consider the performance of the aeroplane and the limitations of it. And one thing that I use that I find helpful is this tool here. wabspro.cz is the website. So I've typed in our Skiathos Airport at the top, our flight number, registration, and then I've generated a load with fuel, and the fuel information that I obtained was from our flight plan on SimBrief. As you can see here, block fuel was 11694. So we pumped in all the information and we just hit Inish. And then we go onto the takeoff tab. This isn't for the Neo, it's for the older A320s, but it's roughly it's a rough guide for us. So I've typed in our METAR and things like that, and I've gone for flaps 2 because it's a short runway. I actually want flaps 3, but it doesn't let me select it, as you can see. Packs on, runway dry, and then I hit calculate, and it gives us our flex temperature and our takeoff speeds. Bearing in mind that the takeoff speeds are for the A320, not the Neo, and use the weights and things here. So try and get it fairly similar on the simulator, and you shouldn't really have much of an issue. But as you can see, if I choose flaps 1 for Skiathos, it knows it's a short runway. It's got if I hit calculate, it tells us here minimum runway length for flaps 1 is 2,000 meters. So then it doesn't give us any readings. So we have to reselect an appropriate flaps setting. Very quickly we'll continue through to departure, and we're actually using the TSL1 Bravo departure today at Skiathos, and Skiathos is here, in the centre of the charts. We have to depart on heading runway 014 degrees, which is the heading of the runway, and then as you can see on the charts here, it's at 2,000 feet. We'd have to turn right to head back on ourselves to Skopilos, which was the DME marker that we used for our approach video that you can also find on my channel. And it says at flight level 060 or above, we then turn left and loop back round on ourselves, heading 293 degrees. Now the simulator doesn't have that, so I'm going to try and do it manually myself. And you can see it's written in text as well. So lots to consider, lots to look at and deal with, but I wanted to show you sort of how to do it in the sim. Now if we head back into the flight deck, I've already used our sim brief information and the fuel tab to work out with our load the centre of gravity, which is on the top right of this screen. And what you do to get the zero fuel weight centre of gravity, I just turn all the fuel nut to zero, and all it is dealing with then is the payload and the gross weight of the aircraft, and you get the new centre of gravity reading, which was 20.4%. Our zero fuel weight is 56 tonnes, and our block fuel is 11.7 tonnes. And nice and short taxi, so we just left that as the default 0.2. We've got all of our cruise flight levels and things like that ready to go, and then we go onto our performance tab. Now for this departure, because of the short runway, I could stick with the performance calculator website and I could do flaps 2, but I want to use flaps 3 today, and I've inputted our flex 2 temp of 61 degrees. And what you then do is you then have to re-click each of these to get the correct readings for your reference speeds. And yeah, there we go. All the flight plans in. As you can see, actually, if I show you on the nav rows, you can see that's how the simulator reads the TSL departure, so it's not quite correct. But we're going to fly to USR and then turn right to SKP. And what I like to do is I just write it down, so I know that after departure it's 014 degrees, and then it's a right turn back to Skopilos, maximum 210 knots, and then at Skopilos it's a left turn all the way back 293 degrees, and then we continue off to on our TSL1 Bravo departure, heading 336 degrees. So I just jot it down on a piece of paper right in front of me, and I've got then the reference points that I need. So I don't need that one. How are we doing for the APU? Because Chappie there is taxiing. Using the Luke Air tool, so we'll play a few of those. Speedbird 32 Tango descent, altitude 7,000 feet, unit 1014.
Descend 7,000 feet to QNH 1014, Speedbird 32 Tango.
Easy 26 Alpha Papa, Stam 1, Skiathos, request push and start.
Easy 26 Alpha Papa, start up with the truck, pushback.
We are ready for pushback and engine start.
Roger, release the parking brakes, please.
Push back and start facing south, easy 26 Alpha Papa. So, that easyJet flight there is departing. Runway 01. While we listen to the safety demonstration.
And pull the strap to adjust. Do not inflate it inside the aircraft. When outside, inflate by pulling the toggle. If it fails to inflate or needs topping up, flows into the sea.
You are clear behind, and you can start your engines at your discretion.
We also carry flotation aids for children. Your tray tables must now be stowed, armrests down, window blinds open, and seatbelts fastened. We wish you a pleasant flight with easyJet.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to COVID-19, we would like to remind passengers that you have to wear a face mask at all times during this flight. If you require a new face mask, please ask one of our crew members for one. Thank you.
Canadian 433, flight straight ahead, climb
Pushback
6
complete. Set parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes set.
Roger. Okay, the tow bar is disconnected and the equipment is clear. We will see you on the right-hand side with the pin.
Thanks, and you can disconnect and go to hand signals.
Thanks. Have a good flight. See you later.
So we'll wait for him to go, as we will have to do. We're using the Luke Air tool.
433, expect vectors to Gonzo for one more approach. Brake edge 747 contact ground 12175, goodbye. Easy 42 Victor Romeo, good afternoon. I hear you very, very low and with a lot of background noise. Can you check your microphone? Condor 256, wondering if we can get departure clearance to Dalmar. Hello Condor 256, ready to copy clearance? Condor 256, yeah, we're ready to copy clearance. Okay, you're clear to your destination. After departure, maintain a runway heading for runway from runway 01. Climb flight level 240, scope 7274. Condor 256 is clear to destination. After departure, maintain runway heading squawk 7274 and climb and maintain flight level 240 for Condor 256. Condor 256, your deck is correct. Break, speedbird 327.
Look how short that runway is.
Heading 035, descend, altitude 3000 feet. Turn left heading 035 and descend altitude of 3000 feet, speedbird 327. AGN 433, turn left heading is correction. Turn right heading 010 degrees. Right 010,
Easy 26 Alpha Papa, ready for taxi, runway 01 Skiathos.
Easy 26 Alpha Papa, taxi, enter, backtrack runway 01, report ready.
Taxi and backtrack runway 01, report when ready, easy 26 Alpha Papa.
Easy 27. Again 433, descend altitude 3000 feet, again 81014.
Interesting.
Hello again, Athens. Control the easy 40 Victor Romeo. Is that any better?
So
Yeah,
that only likes
much better now.
flaps 1,
Clear to your
I
destination.
think, was it?
Runway in 01. After departure, maintain runway heading and scope 7251 for the easy 42 Victor Romeo.
So, he's clear and airborne, and there was nothing else coming in. We've got the easyJet flight behind.
Sorry, flight level 240.
getting his clearance to Dalaman.
In the box, 40 back Romeo.
Easy 4-2 Victor Romeo, that is correct.
So that's actually what we've set, flaps 3.
That's in Tomjet 8 Alpha Juliet. Can we request final flight level 360 please?
Tomjet 8 Alpha Juliet, climb flight level 3.
Beautiful island.
Climb flight level 360 Tomjet 8 Alpha Juliet.
Down 433, proceed direct to Gonzo.
That's the one thing they really needed to change in the sim, really, was some of the way that the airports are rendered at the end.
Speedbird 32 Tango, turn left, heading 350.
There's that aircraft there. He's off on his trip. He's flying, I think it was not Dalaman, but somewhere else.
Papa clear for takeoff run 01, wind, variable 3 knots.
Clear for takeoff, runway 01, easy 26 Alpha Papa. So what I'm going to do is just hold it on, I want to make sure the old nose wheel's straight as well. So we've got flaps 3 for the high performance takeoff, and we've got our reduced V1. That was interesting, little surge there with the engine. And then we're getting this because the sim doesn't think that we should be taking off with flaps 3. And we'll use toga for maximum performance. So we're only just at 100 knots now, we're passing the terminal building.
Speedbird 32 Tango, turn left, heading 300 degrees.
Turn left, heading 300 degrees, Speedbird 32 Tango.
There we go. Flaps 3. Tight, wasn't it?
Hello, enter air 4091, New Scope 7242.
Squawk 7242, enter 4091.
AGM 433, clear terminal approach, runway 37, next report runway inside.
Clear terminal 37, with call with runway side is
Speedbird 32 Tango, descend 2,500 feet.
Descend 2,500.
So because of the speed restrictions, I'm just putting in a few extra elements to our departure.
Essence radar, good day, LGSK 28 Mike with you, flight level 360.
And then the final stage of flaps.
Hello, LGSK 28 Mike, New Scope 7250.
That should have captured.
Squawk 725, LGSK 28 Mike.
But I noticed.
32 Tango, turn left, heading 250, clear left.
So from the charts we're at USR, so we can head round to Skopilos.
Yes, Speedbird 32 Tango, left heading 250, clear left.
Turn left heading 250 degrees and clear to the Irish approach for 21 left, Speedbird 32 Tango.
Easy 26 Alpha Papa, the scope assigned to U7237.
New squawk 7237 for easy 26 Alpha Papa.
This is the 26 Alpha Papa radar contact, proceed direct Talas, climb flight level 340.
Proceed direct Talas and climb flight level 340, easy 26 Alpha Papa. Proceed direct to Talas. So he's given us a shortcut, so now we don't need to follow the star, which is lovely.
Startup is approved, QNH 1013.
Sorry, 40 Victor, we've already pushed and started there before you come online. So it is
And you can see the tiny little island of Skiathos and the airport just off in the distance. So I hope you found this useful. A little bit extra to bear in mind when you're departing off short runways like we just have. But as long as you take those precautions, you're fine. And I also had the payload quite high for you as well. As you can see, we've got 60% payload. So I hope you enjoyed the video, found it useful, and remember to hit like and subscribe. See you all soon.